In his second week on the job, Bangor's new fire chief is starting to settle in.
Chief photographer Mark Redeker and I visited Jeff Lowe at the Central Station to learn more about his journey and his vision for the future.
This job is going to be more of a challenge for me, the kind of challenge that I'm looking for.
Jeff Lowe was 16 years old when he became a junior firefighter in South Paris, Maine. A few decades and job titles later, his career brings him to Bangor, where he started as fire chief on January 6th.
I have a lot of familial history with public safety. My father and grandfather were both police officers, so there's always been that desire to help and have community service in one way or another.
Lowe's past stints include the Auburn Fire Department, Orono, where he first served as fire chief, then rose to public safety director, and most recently Ellsworth, where he was the deputy fire chief.
Going from the daily running of calls and more face-to-face interaction to more administrative, where I have regrettably less interaction with the people and I don't get to go on calls as much, has been a little bit of a challenge.
He inherits a department that responded to nearly 10,000 incidents last year, with more than 80% being EMS calls.
Well, I look at those numbers, and to me, they're reflective of the makeup of the community.
That includes Bangor's elderly population living in senior housing and nursing homes, as well as the city's unhoused population. In the coming weeks and months, he'll be taking an even closer look at the data.
When we look at can we reduce services, or can we trim, or can we implement alternative services to deal with some of the medical issues that we're seeing out there?
It's a complex challenge, but one that Lowe says he's up for, and those closest to him agree. In fact, his wife Lisa was the one who encouraged him to go for the open Bangor position. She, along with their children, make up Lowe's all-important support system that keep him buoyed even during his toughest days.
I have 3 sons. I have one who's a patrolman here in Bangor. I have a son who's a patrol sergeant up in Orono. And then my youngest son was just hired in Herman as a firefighter. And, you know, this may sound funny, but really my dogs are kind of a support system too.
No, not funny. I think a lot of people can relate to that. Lowe says he's excited for the future of the department. He says his goal is to make a great place even greater. He'll have more concrete proposals for improvements later in the year.